This is Ingleside Road. It's a quiet station on the Norfolk Tide light rail in a neighborhood of single-family homes. There are no connections to buses or ferries, there's no shopping nearby, no parks, no major points of interest. The only thing other than houses within a quarter-mile walk of the station is a church, and the Tide doesn't even run early enough for people to get to it on Sunday mornings. But I'm going to go on the record saying Ingleside Road existing is actually fine. Let's talk about why. First, let's talk about what Ingleside Road Station actually is. It's your average Tide station with fare machines, benches, and waiting shelters, and it even has some decorative station art. It even got the new fare machines before the much busier military highway station did, one stop down the line. Ingleside Road is a few stations and quite a ways east of downtown Norfolk, and the third to last stop on the line if you're traveling eastbound. And yes indeed, Ingleside Road seems to be quite a quiet station compared to the rest of the Tide. The nearest bus stop is about a half-mile away on bus 9, and there's actually a little bit of denser land use over there as well. But close to the station, it's almost entirely single-family homes, minus that church I mentioned earlier. So why is Ingleside Road actually fine? Sure, it doesn't have amazing land use, but I think that's okay in this case. Ingleside is basically just a small neighborhood stop, it's not an interchange station, it's not a commercial hub, and it's certainly not a station that's going to draw comparable ridership numbers to a downtown station like MacArthur Square, or to a bus transfer point like Military Highway. Ingleside Road Station is simply meant to bring transit access to the small riverside neighborhood. And that's okay. The Tide doesn't end here, and there are useful transit connections from stations both to the east and west of Ingleside Road. The rail line was going to pass through here anyway, and it would have been quite a distance for people here to have to travel to another station to catch the train if Ingleside wasn't a stop. There are plenty of transit lines out there that serve minor stops in low-density areas on their way between busier, more urban areas. Look at the Stubaitalbahn in Innsbruck, Austria, the Norristown High-Speed Line in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Thüringer Waldbahn near Gotha, Germany, the MDOT Maryland MTA Baltimore Metro Light Rail Link, Loudon Gateway on the DC Metro Silver Line, and the list goes on. Feel free to leave any of your own local examples in the comments. And I'm less concerned here about tiny intercity rail stops, though they are a similar concept, just on a larger scale. Even interstate or freeway exit ramps in the middle of nowhere fall into this category of providing access to transportation for just a small number of people. So really, having a low-density minor station in between more major population centers and or transfer stations, in my opinion, is fine, and even good sometimes. This kind of station picks up that marginal extra ridership without really adding too much to the total travel time of the route, and it brings better transit access to areas that would otherwise have had to travel further to get to public transit. And as long as this kind of stop only makes up a small fraction of your stations, and it isn't typical of your whole rail line, it's probably fine. But if every station looks like this, you probably built your railway in the wrong spot. Unless, of course, you were planning to extend the line or upzone and build higher density developments around your stations, that is. If there's anything I could change about Ingleside Road, it's that I'd have rail service start earlier on Sundays to at least maybe capture some non-residential riders. Currently, the first eastbound Sunday train departs Ingleside Road at 10:49 a.m., while the first westbound train is even later at 11:11. And I'd route bus 9 to come closer to the station, maybe just on the other side of the highway underpass, given the lack of an adequate place for a bus turnaround, to allow for transit connections to places further from the station. But other than those small changes, I think Ingleside is mostly fine. It serves its local neighborhood without slowing down the Tide on its route too much, and without creating lopsided stop spacing. It's a very simple station with all the amenities you really need, and it creates a closer access point to transit for residents who would otherwise have to travel farther to get to a Tide station. Plus, it's a pretty good spot to watch Tide trains, so there's that too. But let me know what you think of Ingleside Road in the comments. Like, comment, and or subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your week.